everyone, my name's Danielle and I am the creator of DMade Crochet, and I'm here with Ready Set Do to talk to you about how to get started with crocheting. Crocheting is the process of using a yarn and a hook to create anything from coasters to blankets to garments to anything in between. So stay tuned and I'll teach you everything that you need to know to get started on your crochet journey. So crochet is a really easy hobby to get started with. It's also very inexpensive. You're just going to need a couple of things to get started. So first of all, what I'd like to share with you is crochet is not knitting. So these are knitting needles. These are the ones that are long and most people see on TV. Maybe someone in your family does knitting, but long story short, knitting is 2 needles. Crochet is 1 hook. Okay, so crochet is 1 hook. Actually, crochet stands for little hook in French, or it means little hook in French. This knitting, we don't do that. This crochet, this is what we do. Okay? Fun fact about crochet, that crocheted items can only be done handmade, where knitted items can be done on a machine. To get started with crochet, you're just going to need a few items and they are relatively inexpensive. The first thing you're going to need is a crochet hook. You're going to need yarn, scissors, and a darning needle with a pretty good sized eye. So what I want to bring your attention to first is the yarn. So I know that if you go to the store and you see all the pretty yarns with the different patterns and different colorways in them, it might be tempting to get some of that yarn. Don't do it, especially if you're a beginner. If you're a beginner, get a solid color yarn that's in a lighter color so that you can see the stitches as you go along. If you're blind, like me, don't worry about it. You can get whatever kind of yarn you want as long as you can feel the stitches. So some yarn is really fuzzy, some yarn is really soft and pretty, some yarn is really thin, some yarn is really thick. Find a yarn that, if you, like say, if you can't see, find a yarn that you can feel is easily. This is just some Crafter's Secret cotton. And the other thing I want to bring your attention to on the label, so if you can't see, I do have a video on my channel, DMade Crochet, about what to look for on yarn labels, and you can find a lot of this information online before you go to the store. The biggest thing is we're looking for the size of crochet hook that matches our yarn. So like I said before, there's thinner yarns, thicker yarns. There's yarns that take the little itty bitty hooks. There's yarns that take huge hooks. The biggest thing is you want to find a hook that corresponds with your yarn. And what you want to do with that is, on the label, for those who can see, there's a little picture of a hook. So there's knitting needles up there, but remember, we don't do that. There's the crochet hook underneath that, and it says US 8 5 millimeters. So that means the size hook that I want is a US H, or 5 millimeters. Now, the way you can find that on your hook, so you can see I crochet really tightly, so I always go up a hook size. The other thing that you want to look at is the composition of your yarn. This is just 100% cotton, and this is what you can use to make like washcloths or trivets or placemats. I would say that these supplies all together cost less than $10. And I'm pretty sure that everyone already has a pair of scissors at home. So I mean, you don't have to go out and buy them. And also, if you see yarn at like a thrift store or on clearance at, you know, there's even yarn at big box stores like Walmart now, and even Dollar Tree. So I would recommend to just get a hook and yarn that you feel like is comfortable for you, and then you can get started. It's really easy to learn crochet. It's really easy to start crochet. It's inexpensive. Now that we're in COVID times, it's something that you can do to take your mind off of stresses. And also, if you really get into it and you start getting confident with your work and you feel like you'd like to sell your items, there's definitely a market for handmade items as well. So this is all you're going to need to get started with crochet. Thanks for watching, and if you want more information on the different stitches and techniques, visit my channel, DMade Crochet. That's DMADECROCHET. Thanks.